Hello everyone, thank you for coming onto my channel. For today's video, I would like to make a mention of something that has happened quite recently, of which one of these delivery riders, whom we assume is a Malay, using a slur word to an Indian teacher who is a female. And in this situation, we see that the Minister of Unity has called upon the authorities to act on this delivery rider, so that to make an example of the idea that we must respect each other, culture, each other race, each other religion, and preserve the harmony in Malaysia. Now, my question in this video is, who actually are the authorities? Obviously, I think what the minister meant probably would be the police and maybe one other authority, which I also am not sure which one. And this would usually result in the person who has done this to be losing the job, or even worse, to be handcuffed and taken to the police custody. Now, in this particular case, we cannot say that it was a mistake on the part of the delivery rider. It shows clear contempt, clear insult, and to have to do it in a manner that can be recorded. I mean, sometimes you're angry, then you just swear to yourself, that is one thing. But here, the blatant use of the digital media to actually put out the idea that you can use a slur word against another person. Now, one interesting question before the one that I asked about who are the authorities is that where did this person get this idea from? What is the influence? Who are the influence of this person? Now, of course, I would like to say people like politicians who are always using insulting language to other cultures or religion, but certainly they have not used swear words or slur words in that regard. And so perhaps the attitude of such politicians who has been actually harping on other races in order to make their own popularity has, I think, some effect on this delivery food rider. Also, we can see that social media influencers, although again they don't use the slur word, but they, I see, are inciting by talking about the, especially of late, the Hindu people with regard to the temple, using such words like Kuil Haram, as well as the idea of always these people disrupting other people's lives through their religion, as well as the idea of not respecting the law, and also disregarding the respect for others, like building a temple right in front of a surau, like we have seen quite recently. So such kinds of attitude, I am very sure, have influenced a lot of young people, and unfortunately include such delivery rider. I have heard several stories that are not recorded, but only told to me by some people about such a very bad behavior and insulting behavior from a delivery food rider. Now, this is quite strange to me because as a delivery food rider, you depend on your client. If you don't have the client, then you don't have the money. Now, it's different with politicians. They don't depend on these people except for votes. And once the voting is over, then they can say whatever they want. They still get their salaries. They still get their projects. But not the delivery food rider. So why would he or she take a risk in that manner? Now let's come back to the point about what the minister said, that authorities must act on it. Now, the question I ask is, who are the authorities? And I think that there are three kinds of so-called authorities that should be more influential. to people like this. If it were up to the police, then I don't really think it's a very efficient manner. Now, I think the first authority, which I mean people who have influence, will be the political parties. Now, we have three political parties who are Malay-based. Number one is UMNO, number two is Parti Islam Malaysia, and number three is Parti Bersatu. So these are the three big political parties. And now we have the Air Kuning election. We hear that UMNO is trying to say now we want to eliminate racism. Okay, well, this would be a good start. Aside from advising one of their vocal politicians who's always insulting others, they should also try to mitigate in this situation by advising this delivery rider about not using slur words against other races. And so that would be something I think would be influencing a lot of people, because they claim to have the majority of the Malay group. Then we have the Parti Islam Malaysia, always saying things about Islam, always saying things about halal and haram. Well, I'd like to ask them, is this slur word halal or haram? And if it is haram, why just talk about babi or pigs? And why just talk about alcohol? Why just talk about women dresses, but not about this? Is it because some of their members also party to the idea of insulting others? But certainly not all of the party members like that. And I'm hoping that some of the good leaders who actually understand what Islam stands for to actually talk to these kind of people, saying, hey, this is not a good thing. This is not Islamically good, because Islam doesn't recommend you to do things like this. Now, the next authority should be the religious clerics who are very popular on social media, like Azhar Idrus, Kazim Elias, clerics who are muftis like Dr. Mazhar. All these have been commenting mostly on non-Muslim, mostly on Quail or on temples, but I hardly see them commenting on Muslims. And so this again would be a good example of how authorities such as these muftis and also popular speakers in the mosque that command a large population of Muslim, they could change the attitude, not the police. The police cannot do that. The police can just catch and then somebody else is going to do it next. And so I think this is also an important authority. But finally, the third one are the social media. The social media influencers make money and by either some people hiring them to say things, or most of the time they are on their own trying to make popular commentary in order to boost their viewers and therefore get advertisement so that they can advertise lipsticks or skin product and sell t-shirts as well, and also get the money from the Google company. And so these are the authorities in the sense that they don't know much about anything, but at least if they can advise these people not to use slur words against other races, I think they also have or command a larger authority, even more than the clerics, and I would also say sometimes even more than the politician, because we are living in a digital world. It's a different world, and I think these are the aspects of society. Society must correct society. If society decide to only use some sort of quote-unquote authority or force, I don't think it will go anywhere. I've always said that to change Malaysia, we need to change ourselves. We are the one, we don't hope for other people to change, but we change ourselves by the way that we speak, by the way that we have an attitude towards others, of which others will definitely be influenced by our behavior. And when we see some other people doing behaviors that jeopardizes this harmony, then we should advise them. And this is what I have been always advocating, instead of letting people lose jobs or being suspended from work. And they would actually, in fact, sometimes would resent this and would even not propagate the idea of a harmonious nation. And so with that, I would like to say that in this country, Some people say sorry no cure. Some people say that we must always have police actions on everything. uh, I don't think we'll go anywhere with this kind of attitude. Change must come from us. We must realize that we need each other. Every one of us need some other people from other religion, other faith, whether our doctors, our lawyers, our teachers, our lecturers, our friends, and these are the thing that make up what a good nation is, and also what I call good spirituality. That means that we uphold respect for all mankind and also advise one another in relation to having the good life. With that, thank you very much. Hi everybody. If you would like to own my book and have my signature as well as a personal note from me, please follow the instruction. Thank you.